So, how is Rusty about traveling?
He's pretty good. What we don't want to do is feed him a lot of food, people food, because the car is running, it's going, and sometimes you tend to get sick. He tends to get sick, so we don't want to feed him a lot of food because he gets sick in the car. But we want to give him as much water and food as we can to so he doesn't be dehydrated or anything, because then we have to stop the car, go outside, and put it in a bowl, and then he has to
He has to
drink
take
it.
a drink, yeah.
Take a drink, and then we have to pour it out, and then he's a good traveler. He likes to sit right here by the window, and you have to drive with him right there by the window, and he loves to roll down the windows. If they're unlocked, the buttons are right here, and then all he does is just step on them, and
Nice.
and this when I was in the car this morning, he stepped on them, and I'm like, Suzanne, why'd you roll down the window? And then and I found out it was Rusty because he was standing on the button.
Wow.
All of a sudden, all the AC exits the car.
Wow. Rusty, he's a smart dog.
Oh, he is.
I didn't know dogs could open windows.
Well, the magic of these electronic buttons now.
Because I know they're known to love to stick their heads out of the window and stick their tongues out.
Yeah. Does he stick his head out and let the sort of wind play on through his ears and stuff?
Yep.
Well, I guess Maya's getting excited at the thought of a car ride.
How is she for traveling?
She's actually pretty okay. She doesn't hiss or anything in the car. She doesn't like being in her carrier very often.
Yeah.
But she loves going outside. Every morning
nice.
I wake up and I say, hey Maya, you want to go outside? She'll just run right past me, make a, mad dash towards the door. So she loves to explore.
Yeah, Rusty likes going on walks. They don't have to be that long, but
No, Maya.
yeah, don't you, Mr. Romeo Eyes?
Well, that's a cute name, Mr. Romeo Eyes.
Romeo Rusty. Sometimes he looks at you and just sort of half closes his eyes and looks very Romeo Rusty.
So do you have to bribe him, give him something special when you want him to go on those rides?
Well, if he gets hungry, we get a bowl and a container or anything, a food container or anything, and we just we put the water in so we don't have to get out the car.
First the wet food or the dry food?
The dry food, because if he has the wet food, he'll get sick, and we don't want him to get sick. Because we bought some wet food and his stomach just hurt, and so we had to take him out for a walk. He ate all the rest he could eat.
Ooh.
So
Then it made him throw up?
Yeah.
Poor Rusty. Did he throw up in the car or did he throw up outside while he was walking?
Well, he usually he throws up probably in the house because he finds a spot and just he's walking and then out of nowhere, in the middle of nowhere, he just
Out it comes.
yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Poor Rusty.
Yeah. He's got a good life. Don't you, Mr. Romeo? Yes, he says, I do. Rusty has some cats at home, right? That he's used to being with. What are their names?
Cosmo and Ellie Mae.
Nice.
And Cosmo's a big black cat. Ellie Mae is?
Really furry, very soft ragdoll.
Ragdoll? Nice.
Yeah.
Those are rare.
Well, I think you got her at a shelter too, didn't you?
Yes, I think. Yes.
Yeah. So, how is it with shelter pets? Are they a little bit skittish at first, or?
Well, the first time we got him, my dad, he picked him up, at the shelter. There's this little park thingy, like a gate where you could just take your dog and then they can play around and stuff, to see what they're like when you play with them, to take them for a walk or something. But Rusty jumped up on my dad, and my dad carried him like a baby, and he just closed his eyes, and because he was in the sun, he just closed his eyes and fell asleep.
Nice. So that must have been like love at first sight.
Yeah.
So cool.
We've got some great pictures of Paul sort of sitting in the chair with Rusty on his chest.
Oh, nice.
Because Rusty is quite the contact dog. Yes, he is.
And how does your mom feel about Rusty?
My mom, she loves Rusty. I think my mom thinks she's a very sweet dog because like we like to have him be free, like wherever he wants to go. We can take him off the leash to go outside because he's very good about those things where you take him off the leash because like if you take him off the leash, all he'll do is he'll just wander around and but when we see a dog, he'll go and like